There's a question here from Bobby. What is my favourite fly for still waters? Unfortunately, Bobby, I can't give you a straight answer. If you want a really simple answer, I'll probably say a black woolly bugger, black tadpole. That is, if I only had the choice of one fly to fish, that's what it would be. However, like everything, if it was just down to the fly, then it would be quite easy, but it's not. It's down to the location, it's down to the presentation, it's down to the environmental conditions, it's down to what time of year, where the fish are, what insect activity, etc. So in choosing the fly, I would make that decision based on a number of factors. What insect activity is ongoing, what time of year, and the time of year and the season will dictate the type of insect activity that could be on. What is the weather conditions prevailing? What is the depth of the water? And I'll take all those factors into account and choose the fly to cope with that. So an example would be, if the fish are lying quite deep in 12 feet of water, it would be pointless fishing a dry daddy longlegs if the fish was staying down deep. I could fish a daddy longlegs on the surface, and if I fished it for 30 minutes and I haven't seen a fish come or have a chance with it, it isn't working. But I know the fish are deep, so what I would need is something that would get down deep. So I've got two ways of doing that. I can fish a weighted fly and let it sink down to the depth. I can fish an unweighted fly and wait for what would seem like an eternity for it to sink down to that depth, which it will eventually. Or I could fish a sinking line and use a different density of fly to hold at a particular depth. So in reality, I would choose the fly depending on my mechanism for presentation, for where the fish were located, and the fly would most realistically try to imitate what type of naturals is happening at the time. If I wasn't aware of what natural activity on still waters, chironomids or buzzers are fairly the most common insects that will provide an activity all year round. But on top of that, general imitations such as a pheasant tail nymph, a gold-ribbed hare's-ear nymph, that type of thing would be a fairly safe bet, as well as perhaps an olive damsel with a bead head, very, very effective as well. So sorry I'm not being so specific. If you wanted me to be absolutely specific, black. If not, there's a few varieties to try. Try your various nymphs, buzzers and damsels, but the most important thing is get your location and presentation right. Give it a go, Bobby. Let me know how that works for you.